Hello everyone, my name is Joshua. This is the 149th video on my video journal series. Today's date is Tuesday, the 7th of July, 2026. How's everyone been? I've been pretty good, thank you. And as you may have seen, I'm back in the shack. That's because my brother's currently occupying the garage for tonight, and I anticipate the next couple of nights to follow. That's because he's busy doing his own work there. And I ask him, what time will you be done? And he says, oh, I don't know, around 10 or 11. And I'm like, I have to record this series by 11 p.m., because otherwise it's going to be too late and I'm just going to be yawning throughout the entire video. But unfortunately, I have to share the house with other people, so that's always fun. But, I don't mind standing up and doing these videos, but I do miss the couch, it adds to a more relaxed atmosphere. But anyway, I want to share to you my newfound addiction, and that is Allen's Nesquik inspired milk bottle lollies. Now, I am in no way, shape, or form endorsed by Allen's or Nesquik. This is not a sponsorship, but I have been hooked on these lollies. Now, we call it lollies here in Australia. I know in America they call it like candy or gummies. If you say lolly, I'll look at you weirdly. But yeah, you can get these at the supermarket for around $2.50 a pop. Coles, Aldi, and all that. And I've been hooked on these. They released these around 1 or 2 months ago, very recently, but it was only around a fortnight ago where I had my first pack, and boy, they've been addicting. They are so delicious, and it's such a shame because it's a limited edition item, so it's only going to be around for maybe a month or two more, who knows. Certainly not forever, and I've been stockpiling these because how much I love them. They come in 3 different flavors: chocolate, strawberry, and banana. Here's the back of the packet. And, obviously regular milk bottle lollies, they only come in one flavor, which is like milk. It's like completely white. And they taste all right. And that's why I wasn't really, excited when my mum bought these for the first time. I was like, oh, what else? It's just going to be regular milk bottle gummies. Who knows what they taste like? But when I had my first one, I just demolished the entire pack. They just, I don't know what it is. It's just the fact that, they just taste like milkshakes, but in a lolly, sort of. And, I just been basically stockpiling these. And this packet has an expiry date of April 2027. So if I buy enough, that'll be enough to last me up until early next year, all right? Maybe... Well, obviously, I'm recording this in July, so less than a year. July 2026, that is. And if you're if you're the CEO of Allen's or Nesquik or whatever, whoever released this product, please continue these. All right, make this a permanent item, because when I inevitably watch this video again in 20 years' time, I'll be like, oh man, I really loved these Allen's Nesquik inspired milk bottle gummies. And honestly, I do. If I had to describe the flavor, it's just basically, a milkshake in in a gummy, essentially, in a lolly. Sorry, I should just say lolly, because gummy just sounds weird. It sounds like Flintstones gummies. But it's just like the flavor and the fact that it's powdery on the outside. And I only tend to eat a few, but I end up eating the entire packet, so it's really been that addicting. And this has just been my newfound obsession. And obviously nothing good lasts forever. It is unfortunately limited edition. But who knows, maybe they'll keep this as a permanent thing, maybe someone will watch this and go like, oh, this guy likes it, we'll keep it, this guy with 3 subscribers on YouTube, he's a very powerful voice. But I remember my dad, he grew up in the 80s, and he remembers, and I'm sure many of you older Australians might remember this, a snack called Space Food Sticks. It was basically this chocolate candy, right? These chocolate candy bars. And I don't know what they tasted like, but I asked my dad, Or at least, sorry, I didn't ask my dad, but my dad raved them to me a while back, and he says, "Oh, a snack I missed as a kid was space food sticks. I was like these chocolate candies," and he never really described the flavor to me. He just told me that they tasted extraordinary. And I've spoken to a lot of like older Australians. Oh, do you remember space food sticks? And I go like, oh, space food sticks. They're like exactly like my dad. They start like frothing at the mouth, or maybe not. That's a little bit exaggerated, but they just like have that same memory, and it just like, it's like for a chocolate bar, right? Obviously now it's been discontinued. I know they did a revival, I think like a decade ago, but for a chocolate bar, right? For a chocolate that released over 40 years ago here in Australia, it must have left a very, very big impact on, you know, kids back then who are obviously now adults, for them to remember it over 40 years later. And I think in America they also had space food sticks as well. I don't know if it's still a thing in America, but here in Australia, yeah, like practically every person who has had space food sticks knows it. They still remember, um, as a kid eating space food sticks. And yeah, I don't know. From what I've heard, they were like, like chewy or something like that. But it's made me wonder, what do they taste like, space food sticks? If you're an Australian above the age of 50 years old, can you tell me what space food sticks tasted like? But I guess this is like my version of space food sticks. Alan's, this is a mouthful, Alan's Nesquik inspired milk bottle lollies. And unfortunately, I don't think they have like any larger packets than these. How many grams is this? 170 grams. I don't see them, in the supermarkets having like a 1 kilogram version, because I certainly love to purchase this in bulk, just like, just stockpiling these. But yeah, like, why does everything good have to be limited edition? Like, why can't I just not make this a permanent thing, all right? And obviously this packet is sealed, but I bet you I'll eat this entire packet by tomorrow because, well, it's in my hand right now, and I could always go for a snack late at night, even though it has a lot of sugar in it. 11% of your, well, per 4 pieces, it's 11% daily intake of sugar. So yeah, it's certainly not helping my diet whatsoever. But like, they're just so good. I just love these lollies. Yet again, this is not an endorsement or anything, but yeah, I just felt like I had to archive this, and yeah, like maybe I should go into a little bit more of the flavor, because I certainly do not want to forget how this tastes in the future, at least. But yeah, they just like, it's not really strong, the flavor, right? It's like in that middle spot. It's not like when you bite into a chocolate one, which is the brown one, by the way, you automatically like taste chocolate. It's like a very strong chocolate taste or whatever. It's not really like that. It's like, it's more like powdery, the taste, if you know what I mean. It's more like consuming like a very small dose of like chocolate powder. That's why it kind of reminds me of a milkshake, where it's like blended in with other things, it's not just solely chocolate. But I think that's what helps its taste, because it's got obviously milk, looking at the packet, glucose syrup, cane sugar, yeah, may contain milk. Yeah, it says may contain milk, but obviously, it's milk bottles. It will contain something that tastes at least like milk. But yeah, it's got like a milk and chocolate, strawberry, or banana. And yeah, it's just, and even on the packet, it shows these like mini milkshakes or thick shakes. That's basically what they taste like, and I think that's why I like them so much. It's just the fact that, it doesn't taste too much like chocolate, strawberry, or banana, but it tastes like a mix between milk and chocolate, strawberry, or banana, depending which color that you get in the pack. And yeah, like and even it says, milkshakes all round on the packet. So yeah, they pretty much taste like milkshakes, essentially, miniature milkshakes. And it is made in Australia. And maybe I'll give you like a proper view of the packet for archival purposes. Maybe I'll keep one sealed, you know, for the next 20 years or whatever, so like scientists can do like research on it and like reverse engineer it so they can make more of these gummies in the future. I don't know. I just certainly want to preserve this. Even if most people wouldn't think twice about this in the supermarket. And yeah, Alan's, obviously I consume a lot of chocolates and candy, even though I've been trying to crack down on such treats. But I do like Australian snacks, Obviously here in Australia we got plenty of snacks. A lot of them by Alan's, but you got a few by Arnott's and all that, companies. I don't really know the companies that well. I just know the snacks like Tim Tams, frogs, red frogs, like that's not a brand, but it's I guess a type of lolly. Um, Shapes. Those are more of a snack, not a lolly, but you get what I mean, right? If you just say, shapes, red frogs, Allen's to a everyday Australian, they'll know what you mean. But yeah, obviously my final thoughts. If I had to give this a rating out of 10, I'm giving it 11 out of 10. They are that good. And honestly, I'll be sad when this goes. Like, I don't know. It just says limited edition on the packet. Maybe they will continue this, but underneath a different name, because it obviously is like a partnership between Nestle and Allen's. But you never know. Things can always change in the future. And yeah, obviously, I'll be trying to at least keep an empty packet of this, just for archival purposes. Or maybe like a sealed packet, but just depends if I want to see mold in that mini window 20 years from now. But yeah, like I said, always, I guess, eat responsibly. Don't take too much lollies, otherwise it'll be unhealthy for you. But yeah, if you live in Australia and you like, I guess, I'll rephrase. Milkshake flavored candy or gummies or whatever, I highly recommend this. All right, but yet again though, it is quite addicting. So serving suggestion is 4 pieces equals 1 serving. So I recommend you check the packet, see if you're not, I guess, allergic to anything on the packet. But yeah, like I said, I have to restrain myself from eating these because how addicting they are. And usually, like with lollies, right? I can usually, constrain myself, right? Usually, I like lollies, but I don't like eat the entire packet. But this is a different story. Oh my god, I feel like my dad ranting about space food sticks all over again. But yeah, anything else that I want to talk about? Not really. I am going to on Saturday watch that new Detective Conan movie. So one with the motorbike. I forgot the title again, but I know it's the 29th movie in the series. And I am somewhat busy on Saturday. Obviously, I'll be able to watch the movie, but I do have a few things that I need to do, so I'll be running around the entire day. And obviously after the movie, because I don't know why, but it's like the movie goes up until like 8 o'clock p.m. And I'm like, wow, that's like a late session, So I'll definitely be home in time, but I will be like a little bit tired. But I'll prevail, I'll get through this. But yeah, yet again, thanks for watching. I know this video might be a little bit on the shorter side, and that's because I'm trying to keep these videos within a reasonable time frame now. Um, because I find that my shorter videos do well on YouTube. I know I'm not trying to like appease the algorithm or anything, but I certainly don't want these videos to contain a lot of bluff. I just want them to be like short and snappy, easy I guess easily recallable, if you know what I mean, like easily done over and over and over again. Because there'll be some days where I can't record for like half an hour straight. But 15 minutes, half that time I can certainly do. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. And I guess I'll catch you all next time. Bye, see you, take care. Catch you all tomorrow.